Is there anything theme-wise you think that's happened over the last 10 games?
Well, I think the biggest difference is just our offense has been scoring runs. From a pitching standpoint, our starters continue to give us chances to win. Our bullpen's been very solid. So the biggest difference is really been able to plate those runs. So hopefully that can continue and we can keep this going.
How about starting pitching? Is there anybody knocking on the door? You guys could use some help in the rotation. Anybody at Memphis that's close?
Well, I think Zach is thrown better. I think Palante can give us innings if we need to. And, I think both Graceffo and McGreevy are making positive steps. Kloffenstein, like what we're seeing out of him. Probably the guy that's throwing the best down there right now is Robert. But I'm trying to remind myself he's 22. I don't want to rush it and just trying to be patient. But, overall, I do think we have some options if we need it.
How about Jordan Walker? What is there a game plan, a timeline, or are you guys just waiting and seeing?
I think right now we're getting production out of our outfield. I think for him, it's just continue to get his work in every day, not have to worry about if he's going to be in the lineup or not. So just let him play, let him go hit.
I know there's pressure every year to win. Is it different for you, this organization, after last year?
I think so. Never experienced a losing season like that. And, trying to get ourselves back into the postseason is certainly a goal. So, obviously getting off to a slower start this year was not helpful. I understand that people demand excellence here, and we're certainly trying to get back to that.
I know you get a lot of critique. What's fair? If you were to say to somebody, okay, that's fair, that's unfair, how would you categorize it in terms of specific to you?
I think it's always hard to articulate in the sense of when you put a team together in the offseason, you're putting it together because you think you've built something that's going to win, that's going to be successful. And the things someone like myself can't control are injuries, performance, and yes, I have to be accountable for what we put together, but sometimes things happen that are out of my control. Now, I guess it's my job to find depth, find replacements, find something to keep us going, and I think for many years we've been able to do that. Last year we were not, so we leveraged our losing season into acquiring a lot of young talent and directly put that into our minor league system.
Is it hard when you're the target often? Do your kids, they're older, are they aware of it? Do they ever chime in or say, that's not right? Do they ever get mad?
They certainly hear it, and they certainly defend their father, which I'm grateful for. But I think that today's media is so much different, and I'm not throwing you under the bus or anything like that, but there's people that can just write things, post things that people can read that is much different than 20, 30 years ago. And so I think when you are a public figure or you're in the public eye, your exposure is a lot different than it once was, and it's a lot harder.
How about with Bill? We don't see Bill as often around here. One narrative is is he as committed to winning? And yourself, is there complacency from what you guys have done in the past?
Yeah, I think that question comes up a lot, and whenever I answer it, I get in trouble because, no, we're not being complacent. No, his desire to win is more than ever. He's not afraid to pick up the phone and ask me questions. He's not afraid to challenge me on things. And so, we are trying to get this right, but I think people have to understand baseball and managing rosters might not be as simple as, picking out your kindergarten kickball team. There's challenges and there's contracts. So we're trying to navigate that as best we can, but I assure you we're trying to win.
All right, final thought. Is there a perfect ending for you? You've got another year on your contract. You're not getting fired. I know that may disappoint some folks, but that's not happening. Is there a way, what do you see next for you? Are you a senior advisor? What do you think is likely?
I don't know what's next for me because I'm really just focused on the here and now. At some point, I think the most important thing would just be to step away for a little bit. I'm not someone that's really had an extended vacation in the last 30 years. I'm not someone that's been really to kind of be able to just do something on my own time. So maybe a mini sabbatical, if you will, of some form, and then try to reset myself, recharge, and whether it's part of the Cardinals or something else, I don't know. But my home's in St. Louis, so I wouldn't mind sticking around.
Has Bill ever picked up the phone and said to you, you're good, don't worry?
Not really, but my relationship with him is strong, and I don't think worrying about your job is ever healthy. I'm also realistic enough to know that sometimes you do have to make changes, and I've had to do that with managers, coaches, players in the past, so I certainly understand if ownership feels change is needed. I know what I signed up for.